Hello, everyone. Why did I do that? I decided that I'm gonna do a year wrapped situation because boy, has it been a year, and it's before Christmas, so I don't really have anything else to say besides like this, I guess. And also I wanted to talk about my Spotify rap. Yes. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can because it's really, 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 really early, and I have to babysit soon. So I'm like staring at the clock like, okay, here we go. We're gonna try to do what I did last time with the whole like we're gonna start from like not the greatest stuff to like, oh, it's becoming more like positive, I guess. But also that's kinda how my year went too. Like overall, like major stuff, it was like it started off not great and then like slowly it was like, okay, it's getting a little better. Okay, so first things first, I'm like, I remember it like it was yesterday. Um, I was like having the audacity and having that attitude of like, you know what, I deserve, you know, more things. And then like going to my parents to be like, I deserve more things because, I've been spending my time and energy. Well, I didn't go directly to my parents, but like my sister did for me. But then the next day after that, I was like going directly to my mom. And then I was like, I just don't understand why you just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, why can't I have a piece of your pie because um I I'm making no I'm not making the pie. I'm like help serving the pie, but like I can't have like a little bite of the pie kind of vibe. Anyway, she was like, I just, I have things too. And basically, like, I don't want to share. And I was just like, okay, I'm just chopped liver. So that was my beginning of the year. It was a slap in the face with, that feeling of they don't really give a crap about my quality of life. They're like, you gotta figure that out on your own, but also figure it out for us too. Like, take care of us and you figure out how to take care of yourself. And I'm just like, but please, sir, can I have a little bit of an offering? Like, no, girl. But I'm also like, but in my head, I'm like thinking to myself, like, but you had all the help that you could have when you were young, too, because, you know, they used to be like, ish. They didn't know English, but then they had us kids, and then we had to do everything for them. And now, when I need help, they're like, girl, you're on your own. It's a good thing I have sisters. It's a great thing I have sisters. Anyways, so there was that. And honestly, it was probably a good thing that that happened too, even though it was like really harsh reality. It was like, girl, these people, you can't depend on them, unfortunately. And it's like one of those reminders of like, sorry, these were the cards that you were dealt. So, like, girl, you gotta make fire out of like flint and wood. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Um, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, fine. Um, yeah, even more motivation and momentum and yeah, to be like detaching away because when I get comfortable, I get settled in. So I don't want to say I needed that, but like that definitely was like a girl, you can't fall back on us. We're not the right people to fall back on because we'll just use and abuse you. So yeah, and then for some, okay, moving on. for some odd reason, for no reason at all, I started losing interest for writing my book. And honestly, I don't know. I think I might scrap the whole book idea. I still love the title of the book, but I think if I'm going to write a book, it has to be like with characters and a story. Like, I can't do like a poem type of short story type of book, because looking back at the writing, I'm like, girl, you thought you was like Shakespeare, but like, you're not. So a little jab to the ego, a little jab to the artist within, but that's okay. At least, you know what? Yeah, that's okay, because girl, if I published that, I would have been like embarrassing. Okay, next. Um, oh yeah, because losing interest in writing my book, I decided to go back to YouTube. Um, and I think that's when I started doing podcasts. I don't know. Anyways, I came back to YouTube because I was like, hey guys, I'm lost in the sauce and I want to, vent and share. And this is like every video is practically like a video diary. Okay, backyard lights when no one's there. Um, yeah, moving on. First, oh yeah, I got selected in a jury summon, and I don't know why. I feel like when they send out the jury mail thingy and they're like, ooh, come in and see if you can be part of our jury thingy. Um, it's always me and my oldest sister. And I'm like, what about everyone else? Because I feel like every year I'm always getting the mail. And I think it's because they're like, oh, we know she's gonna respond. Anyways, I went and I ended up eventually getting selected. So I was a part of a jury. It was supposed to be like 1 to 2 days long. It ended up being like 4 days long or 3 days. Well, there was a holiday in between, but like it ended up being long, and um, it was really interesting, and it made me. I think I don't know if I talked about this. Was I back on YouTube then? I don't know. Anyways, it made me realize, like, you know what? There are lots of different people out there, and they're not bad. And there's a whole world out there, and there's all these professions, and it just made me like, instead of like feeling stuck and down in the dumps, it just made me like, it was like a little taste of like, this is what it's like to be outside. And you know, it's not that bad. Like, there are regular people, and um, you can meet these regular people, and they can be nice, and you can just go on about your day. So I was like, you know what? Period. So yeah, and so that made me get interested in being back in the outside world, because I was stuck in this little hole being like boohoo. So then I started to go back on the job hunt. And I was very much like, I need a different career path because writing is not interesting to me right now. My therapist was like, girl, you're changing your mind too much and it's worrying me a little bit. And I was like, in the back of my head, like, girl, I'll tell you I got ADHD, but you don't gaslighting me into. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, I was like, you're right. Like, I'm changing my mind too much. But also, like, my human design. My human design says that, girl, you're not gonna stick to one thing. You're gonna want to do a lot of things. And that's perfectly okay, because that's the type of person you are. And you know what? You're great at it. And I said, let's embrace that. Let's be okay with that. Because there's going to be people who can stick to things, and there's going to be people who are going to jump around. And we need all types of people like that in our world. And I just happen to be one of them. And even though it's a little bit annoying sometimes, I can't help it. It is like my spirit is like, time to move on to the next. And throw all these YouTube videos. it honestly has been like that. Time to move on to the next. So yeah, um, job hunt and then left therapy. But I didn't like. Well, actually, yeah, left therapy. Then confused about which direction to go because all those interviews, and I was like, hello. Um, but then I went to that one psychic reader person, and they were like, "Girl, you need to calm down. You need to figure out what it is that you want, and not what it is that everyone else wants." And I was like, "You're so right. You're so right." So I don't know what happened in between, but it was like really just like the waiting game of just like calm down. Let's try to like not listen to anyone else and just try to figure things out for ourselves. And then immediately after, I was like, oh, IT. Um, so now we are going back to school for IT. Even I don't know, I don't want to say it's like school. It's just more like a training situation. Um, yeah. So now we're like on like a more scheduled situation for the moment, which is great because I need scheduling, girl. I need scheduling. And they are going to help us find a career, a job after this. Like, they are going to be like, we want to make sure you are good and you're here because you want that too. And I was like, period. Yes, I want that because I'm tired of this, like, leaf that I'm on. I'm ready to turn a new one. So, yeah. Oh, I had orientation recently and it was really great. I felt like, they were very like, take this seriously because we really, 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 really want to help you. So, if you want to succeed, you got to help yourself. You got to help us help you, and vice versa. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to vlog like in class because I feel like they're definitely going to be like, what are you doing? And I'm going to be like, hi. I'm just recording. And also, they don't really want us to be on our phones. So, maybe during lunch or maybe like before or after school, like just going, whatever. Uh, like going home and stuff and just talking about my day. So yeah, there might be less videos, unfortunately. But you know what? Around this time, I realize that around winter time, I don't really like post as much. I disappear, and then when spring comes back around, then I'm like, "Hey guys, long time no see, life update." So I might be gone for the whole winter, but that's because I'm literally just like in class. Maybe I might post something. I don't know. We'll see. But this might be, and next week's video, depending, might be the last video until like spring. But yeah. Um, hopefully surprise. And the last thing is my best friend got, well, not married, but engaged. I am so happy for her or them. And it's weird. It's weird because, like, oh no, I hear my sister at my door. I don't think it's my niece. I have 20 minutes left. Okay. What was I saying? I'm having a brain fart. Oh, yeah. It's weird because we're like in our mid 20s and I don't know any of my friends. I don't know any of my friends who are married or engaged. Well, actually, I do know one, but I didn't get any news. I just like was stalking their page one time and I was like, oh, okay, period. Um, but oh my god, she got engaged. So it's just like, wow, life is lifing. And, you know, the ball is starting to roll again. I feel like me and them were like, we're like kind of in the same boat with like the family situation and just feeling stuck and like trying to find somewhere to go. Like, they have a partner, so like, love that for them. And now they're getting engaged, so I'm kind of like, uh, life. That's so crazy. I'm so excited. Okay, yeah, so that's my news. And now we're going to take it to my Spotify rap because, guys, so my Spotify rap. Oh, I wonder. I think I'm gonna screenshot it and like put it up here. So my Spotify rap. My top 5 songs. The first one is from 17 because you guys already know that I love 17. I think I mentioned once or twice in a video. Surprisingly, I should talk about them more. Okay, so this song from 17, it's from their Face the Sun album, but it's on a B-side track, so it's not like a title. It's called If You Leave Me, Tear Jerker B. Okay, so If You Leave Me, I don't have any lyric that stuck out to me the most. It's just the whole song that stuck out to me, and I just love the whole song in general. I wrote here on my little notes. I said, I can't pick a lyric because I love the whole song. Um, in the beginning of the song, you already can like, piano. It's just like beginning, you like already feel that wavering emotion. I like when I say that, I imagine like water or like yeah, like water like kind of like shaking a little bit like or also now like when your eyes are pooling with tears and it's like wavering to like come out, that vibe. In the middle of the song or like basically the entirety, the rest of the song, the chorus, it's like it's like being scared of the thought of letting someone that has become a major part of you go, and you're like, I can't let you go because without you, who am I? And so I'm just like, "Urgh." It's giving Shonda Rhimes. Um, yeah, and just like dedicating your love to be together through thick and thin. And I was just like, me and 17, we're like that. Because without 17, girl, I'd be lost. I'd be lost in the sauce. I'd be in a mental ward. So yeah, I need to like put the passion that I am putting into these notes into like when I start studying for IT. Okay. Next song is Safer by Tyla. That's my girl right there. Um so I do have a lyric in here. Um uh okay. So the lyric is last time that I met you, that I met someone like you, had some good times and we had some bad times too. And it looks like you're gonna be that times two. And when I heard that the first time, I was like, oh, well, at least she's aware. At least she's like, you're the type that I usually go for. And it's not, it's like, everyone has their ups and downs. But like, girl, she was like, you're crazy. So I was like, okay, clocking it, assessing it, and choosing a different path instead of what she's used to and putting herself in a better situation, meaning being safer. Yeah. I love that. I was like, that is so nice because you usually hear about like songs where people are like, ugh, I just can't help falling back into my old ways. But this time she's like, girl, I'm running away from you. And people are usually like, don't run away. And she's like, basically like, I'm running. Like, how does it go again? Well, I don't want to get copyrighted. So yeah, in the song, she's literally like, I'm running. I'm running away from you. I'm running because I know it's safer than being with you. Unfortunately, even though like I like you, it's just, I don't want that for me. And I was like, period. Yes. And I don't know if it's Afrobeats. I'm pretty sure it's like Afrobeats mixed with like other things too. But I just love like the sounds in the back too. And especially that drum where it's like, do. I was like, yeah, girl, run. Yeah. Next song, which I'm a little bit surprised by, but it's whatever. I was having my Ariana Eternal Sunshine phase like everyone. Um, so my third top song is "The Boy Is Mine" from Ariana Grande. And the lyric I chose was, "My girls, they always come through in the sticky situations, say it's fine." And I I love the song. I love how it's like 90s and it's just like, I don't know, it's almost like a, not a confident boost. It's hard because like the whole drama around it. So I'm kind of like, girl, I don't know if I support. Um, but also like I can't judge because I too was that girl. Um, but yeah, I just love this part because of how she sings it. It feels very like she's a spy and she's just like mm, mm. It feels like that, like the way she sings it. Um, yeah, and that's why I was like, I'm surprised it's my top three. Cause like when I really think about why I like the song, it's because I like how she sang that part. Yeah, and also come through with like the female support, right? I don't know. Anyways, next one. The fourth song on my the on from the top five is "Supernatural" by a group known formerly as New Jeans. If you know the T, you know the T. They have this song called "Supernatural," and I was looking at the lyrics yesterday. That's why I have all these notes to be like, and this is why I like the song. And I like the whole song. I also don't have lyrics for this because I was like, I like everything. Also, the whole entire song is a mix of English, Korean, and Japanese. So I was like, I can't repeat it back because like I don't speak, I can't speak Korean or Japanese. Anyways, I love the whole song. It's more stewed in that old 90s group vibe. So I love that a lot. You can tell I'm very a nostalgic person. Very classic old Japanese pop is what I wrote. Surprisingly, I don't know if I said this before, but before I got into K-pop, I was originally into J-pop, and the only I don't know if I can even say that I was a J-pop girly because I listened to like two groups and I listened to like one song from like Morning Musume, but like my main artist from Japan was called Kyoto. They recently disbanded. Well, actually, they didn't recently disband. They like disbanded like maybe 2 3 years ago. But it's like a C with a Celsius degree. Well, it's like a Celsius degree, and then it's like a dash, and then it's UTE. So it's like it's spelled cute, but it's like cold at the same time. Very cool, very cool. Um, yeah. Anyways, it's giving that vibe. Old Japanese pop. Don't have a specific fave lyric part. Love the music video. Very old school as well. Not, I was gonna say not Janet Jackson because there's a lot of other videos that also give like old school music video vibes, but like Janet Jackson videos are what I watched the most when I was a kid, so that's how I can be like, oh yeah, it's giving. That's like my blueprint for like old school music videos. Um, oh yeah, so basically the song is about um what it's like when two people like each other and they like kind of like low key sense that like and it's very like supernatural because it's kind of like I'm sensing this and I feel like you're sensing it too and I think I'm correct. So it's giving that vibe. Yeah. Also, I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Man. Maybe because of the bunnies. Maybe because something in the lyrics is sound. I don't know. It just sounds otherworldly. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know. And last but not least, I don't know how because it was like I think towards the end of my not Spotify days because I'm still listening to Spotify, but like I didn't think I would listen to it that much for it to make it to the top five. And the last song on here that made it to my top five is "Die with a Smile" by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. And honestly, listening to it again, I was like, Yeah. So the lyric I chose was, "So I'ma love you every night like it's the last night, like it's the last night." And I was just like, yeah, I think like it's the last night is the part that I was just like, that really like grabbed onto me. Everything else was so basically saying like, if these are our last moments, I want it to be with you. Yeah. So I think that part was the part that just basically like summed it up for me. And I just love the conviction, the passion of the song. And it's like, it's so full of love, but it's so sad at the same time that it's like, it's beautiful. Um, yeah, because we do have such a short time here on Earth. And yeah, I low key, which I wrote here in my notes, I low key think that we should kind of live like that. Then the mundane is like savored a little bit more and nothing is too serious and our priorities are straight because like we are aware of how short life is. And I think we forget that often. Um, and that we should always give ourselves um our all. We should always put our all into everything if we feel like it. Like we should just live to to how we feel and express that to others and spread the love, even though we know it's gonna hurt. Like just live our life to the fullest. So yeah, I think I just love this song so much because it's like loving and also just being with the fact that we know that tomorrow is not promised. So yeah, that reminds me. That's like a question that I think my sister asked me one time, and we were watching like I think we were watching Invincible. I think that's the name of the show. I don't know. I forget. But she was like, "Would you live in a world where superheroes exist?" And I said yes because it would make life a little bit more fun. It's scary, it's dangerous, but like, yeah, all these events. A part of me is like, you're gonna regret that because the world is going crazy right now. But another part of me is like, and that's the more reason why we need to like light that fire within us and be like, you can't stop me, you can't suppress me. I'm not a robot to the system. I'm not a gear in your machine. I'm a person. Yeah. And I'm here to be silly and live my life. So yeah, that is all that I want. That is my year wrapped. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I low key feel like everyone should do this. I would love to watch videos of everyone talking about their year wrapped or even their Spotify wrapped. I would love to like listen to like, oh, why was that your top favorite song? Like, what did you find interesting about that? What was your favorite lyric? Yeah. I wonder. Well, I don't know if it can be a trend. Well, it don't matter anymore. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great holiday if you celebrate it or not. And I think I will see you guys next week. I might do like a Christmas haul or something. But if not, then I'll see you guys um next year. And in the new year, in the real new year, which is spring. And hopefully we are in a different place and finally on taking our first steps somewhere moving on in life and not, stuck in this toxic cycle. To the age of Aquarius. Bye.